Alright, good afternoon and welcome to episode 3. So this is going to build off the first two, and it wants to target two questions. One, I was asked, what does it actually look like to train like this? And the second one was, how well does this work with a group? As we all know, in the leadership position, it's really easy to train yourself, but as soon as you've got 10 people in front of you, it's much more challenging. And so to answer that, I put a workout we did at the beginning of the week that takes into consideration stuff like how much time is available. And you only got like 75 to 90 minutes with your guys all told, so everything needs to count. You also have different skill levels, and so I got people on the one end of the spectrum that are really talented athletes and high-level Olympic lifters. You also have people that don't know what an Olympic lift is and probably don't know what a barbell is. And you're responsible for training all of them and making sure that they stay engaged. And so in addition to that, you also have to maintain control. You really can't just let everyone go to the four winds and hope for the best. And so your workouts need to be time efficient, they need to be scalable to everyone's ability level. They need to take into account the fact that you're probably not going to have access to tons of equipment, and they need to be engaging and dynamic. So I'm going to walk you through two examples. One was a group workout. Both of these have been done in the last week. This is a group workout for lower body power, so it's done on a Monday. And this was a solo workout for upper body volume to introduce you to core pieces. The first two parts of this, the warm-up pieces, are pretty straightforward. General warm-up is stuff like squats, jumping jacks, a series of drills to get your blood flowing, to start loosening up the muscles, to get them warm, and to prepare them for the dynamic warm-up, which is a lot of running and sprinting type drills. After you've progressed through here, you start getting to plyometrics. And an important thing to remember is you want to scale these. Plyometrics have the awesome benefit of increasing somebody's strength, and increasing somebody's running speed and efficiency. And so going back to the last video where I said everything had to either match my VO2 or my total, as I get people more efficient, this directly translates into your total. But it also has the benefit of increasing your running form, so it hits VO2 as well. Once I move through that, then I'm transitioning to short, high-intensity sprints. The idea here is to continue warming up the legs and develop speed, and both of these readily translate to power. So again, I'm hitting that total. You're going to make sure that you have, what I generally do with the guys is they sprint off 25 or 50 meters and they walk back for recovery. So that way they're totally rested at the line. My target here is in VO2 max, it's leg strength and power. Once we've hit this, right, then we're going to transition, when you're training a group, into sprints, just for the ease of control. If you're training on your own, I put the Olympic lifting in here, or a simplified version of lifting, both a group, keeping everything centralized in the same location, is how I win. And so then we work the 6 by 300 meter sprints. And this allows you to directly target your VO2 max. You're increasing your cardiac output, and you're also helping to build a little bit of leg strength. So I'm getting some related value here. Once I finish this piece, I can break the group up. So for those who are highly accomplished Olympic lifters, they can go get under a bar and grab some bumper plates. For those who have an introduction to lifting, kettlebells are a great way to train that extension, that explosiveness in the posterior chain without getting anybody hurt. And if someone is completely new to the game, then just continuing some stuff like leg blasters or bodyweight drills allows you to continue to target the total, right? So all this so far has been nested. Then we go into the core work. You want to train core not by body parts, but movement patterns. Gymnastics flexion. So flexion uses the rectus abdominis, so your six-pack muscles, and that is your classic forward bend. It's really important for the Army, in no small part because that's how we're graded and assessed. And one of the advantages of training flexion with bodyweight movements is you can also work anti-extension. So rollouts come to mind. They train your core's ability to brace. And then the stronger your core, the more weight you're able to support when you're lifting, and that allows you to continue to hammer these two in a way that changes up the game, and then stretch, cut them loose, and you've hit your 90-minute mark. It's very easy to control. All these things can be done in a follow the leader type template, and you don't need to hit any of them for that long. 4 by 25 meter sprints and 4 by 50 meter sprints don't take long, but they have awesome output. When you have your own time, right? So this is training on my own. I'm able to control a little bit more of what I'm doing, and so I'm going to work mobility for a little bit longer. I found for me one of the biggest ways to increase my shoulder press was actually just loosening up my shoulder girdle a little bit more, and that looked like trigger point work and foam rolling. And so I'll kick off with that, and as I said, there's secondary benefit to here, just keeping you healthy. After you started to loosen up the tissues, I'll do upper body mobility drills with a big reliance on the TRX. It's an awesome system. It travels readily. You can pack it up and bring it to the field with you. It weighs nothing and it's as versatile as you are imaginative. I'm a huge fan of that for shoulder prehabilitation work. After I've shifted through this, and remember this is upper body volume, so we're talking like a Thursday lift or Friday lift, I'm going to incorporate medicine ball work. And since none of these are maximal effort, I'm okay using a little bit of muscle glycogen and using a little bit of that central nervous system energy. And so I'll hit these for a little while and make sure that I do a good job crushing those. My work rest ratio is I'll pick a drill and I'll have about 25 seconds of hard focus work, followed by 35 seconds of rest. As you can see, it's a minute. And then you progress through those and you've got your circuit. So at this point in the workout, you're warmed up, you're feeling good, and you're ready. When we transition to the strength work, an important thing to keep in mind is you want to balance movement patterns. Push, pull, horizontal and vertical. So barbell bench and a dumbbell row are both in the horizontal plane. A bench pushes forward, row brings it back. So you're balancing strength and you're making sure that you stay balanced as an athlete. Then I'm going to shift to the vertical plane. So I've got barbell press and pull-ups. So I'm balancing, I push, pull in the vertical plane now. And then for extra work, as technical athletes, we tend to do a lot of pushing, which means your triceps are getting a lot of love. And so my arm work, whenever I do that, is generally for my biceps because they get neglected. Dumbbell pullovers with extension are awesome because in addition to hitting your triceps, you're also working your rectus abdominis a bit, and you're also working your lats. And so it's a great drill to incorporate here to help finish you off. By this point, your shoulders are warm and loose, you prevented injury, you've hit a little bit of core work, you developed some strength, and then for the finishers, I'm a huge fan of strongman work. Farmer carries are really simple and easy to execute, and so I'll crush those for about 4 by 50 meters at a challenging weight, and then I'll transition to sledgehammer drills. And I'll continue to work my grip real hard here, and obviously all of these translate into my total. My ability to grip here translates into my total, but these are very high intensity in terms of cardio output, so they also increase my VO2 max. And so everything here is nested in the variables from yesterday. Everything here is easy to control. If you're working with a group, you scale and change the movements so that everyone remains pushed and is growing and developing their potential. And it's not as resource intensive. If you're on your own and you've got resources and time, then by all means rock on, get in depth. If you got to train a group of people, then this really doesn't require any equipment. If you were to cut out the cleans, you've still gotten a really good lower body power workout that's easy to control and readily fits within PT hours. Thanks.